I'll record over it later. So let's clear our table for a minute. And let's put your portfolio right here. I'll get you one here. Right here. Pretend this is your portfolio. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to take your tape and then take your T-square, put your T-square down, and we want to make sure on your portfolio, we're actually going to put the tape right on your portfolio. Like this. Put it right on your portfolio. Tape right over it. Mine kind of ripped a little bit here. It does not matter. It doesn't matter. So we want the tape to be a little longer than your T-square. Okay. Long one. It's got to be, look at my T-square. We want it longer than the T-square. And you're going to do, it's very simple. You're going to do one at the 18 or where 0 is, and you're going to make a nice big Sharpie dot here. And it's okay if it's slightly off. It's not going to make a huge difference. You're going to do 2 dots, one here, one. Here's what we're going to do. You're going to take your paper here, and you're going to put it anywhere to the middle, a little bit higher, a little bit lower. It won't goof it up, I promise. You want to have it so it's roughly in the middle. It can be a little higher, a little lower. It won't screw it up if it's not perfect. It's okay. All right? So let's try to center it. And then take another little piece of tape. Take another little piece of tape and tape it to the top. I know you can't see it on the screen. And I'm going to do another one at the bottom just to hold it down. Okay, you don't need to do the whole top. Just do a little bit, like I did 2-3 inches of tape. And it doesn't have to be perfectly centered. But what we're going to do is we're going to make our big building in the middle. That's why I showed you that video really quick. This is going to be our biggest building closest to us, right on the corner. So it'll be in the corner of the city. So what I'd like you to do is go from maybe, I don't know, mine is like at maybe 16. I know I said don't worry about the numbers. Maybe 16 to 3 or 4, something like that. Something like that. Yeah, maybe 16 to 3 or 4. This is going to be the edge of that building. Everyone's is going to be different. Here's what you're going to do next. I want you to find your dot on the left, your vanishing point. Dot, same thing. Find your vanishing point. And then what we're going to do is we're going to lightly draw a line towards that dot, and then obviously stop at the edge there. Okay? And then I'm going to repeat it on the other side. So now, same thing. We're going to find your other dot, and we're going to connect it to the bottom of the building. So this is sidewalk and the bottom of the building here. How far you want your sidewalk to go. You can have your sidewalk up here. You can have your sidewalk down here. Where do you want that sidewalk to go? I'm just going to do a dot, right? Connect our dot to our 2 vanishing points, and this will end up being our sidewalk. And then I'll pause, make sure everybody's got this one. I want everyone's to be slightly different. I don't want everyone's to be the same. So now we go to the top of your building, and we connect the top of your building with the vanishing point, but very lightly because we're going to end up erasing part of it. Remember that. Part of this is going to be erased. So dot to the top of the building. Dot to the top of the building, lightly. Okay, point it at our other vanishing point, lightly. And ruler at the bottom, snap it to the bottom down here. What we're going to draw next is the sides of our first building. So what I'd like you to do is kind of start with your ruler in the middle and then pull it to the left like this. So see what I'm doing? I'm going to pull it to the left, and that is going to be how wide we want our main building to be. When we draw this line, it has to go within those parameters that we just made. So I'll make mine here to here. You can press hard for this one. Here's the line I drew right there, in between it. There, put it right in the center, slide it over as far as I want. I'm actually going to draw on the inside of the ruler this time. And then we add the other side of the building. You can press hard for this one too. Take whichever eraser you have, and I told you make them light because this is going to be erased. Our other buildings are going to go over in this area, so that's why we're getting rid of this so we can put our other buildings here. We start with our middle line and then we add the two around it. So decide where you want it to go. Okay, again, there's no right or wrong. You're creating your own city. And you're going to make it as tall or as short as you want to. I'm not going to, this is your city. Everyone's is going to be different. You decide how tall or short the building is. I'm going to decide I want mine this tall. So draw a line. I'll point. We're going to go from the bottom right down here. This is where we're going to start. See where my pencil is? We're going to connect the bottom of this building over to this far vanishing point. This is the one that people forget. So what's going to happen here is it's going to create an alleyway. So watch. I'm going to draw my line, make sure it connects with my other vanishing point. The bottom of this building is, and then I stop when I get to my other building. Look what I did. Right there. And I'm going to pause so you can see. That is now an alley. What is an alley? So snap to the bottom again. My mistake. Snap to the bottom. And you're going to draw a line up lightly. We might lose part of it. Okay? Light. And then we're going to connect. I know I'm going fast. You'll get it. Now we're going to connect the top of the building right here. How did I know what angle to do this? What is connected right here? Look, how do I know what angle? Yes, the top of the building to the vanishing point. That's how I know what the angle is. So top of the building, see here, Philly? Top of the building, vanishing point. Other side, we connect the top of the building to the other vanishing point. Top of the building to the other one. So now I draw my line. When I get to my other building, I stop. Good. Now I went up a little, whoa, my bad. I went up a little too high, so I'm going to erase that, clean it up a little bit. That's looking pretty good now. Just like before, you are going to decide how tall you want the building. You can do a tall one, short one. You decide. Yes, you did. So you don't have to draw this line. I saw it on yours. How tall do you want it? I'm going to do a shorter building. I'm just doing another building on the right-hand side. Another building over here. Okay. This is easier if you're not sure. I would just go with me if you're not sure. Find this bottom of the line that we just did. Put your pencil there. And then your T-square is going to connect to right where your pencil is. See how look at my pencil. I'm holding it, and I just move my ruler so it touches the edge. See that? And now the other part of my ruler is going to go to the vanishing point. Shoot, it got hooked on my paper, and I got a little line. My bad. Okay, so this is going to create our other alleyway. So don't do this one, Philly, because yours are going to be flush next to each other. Here's the line I just did. Okay, this is pointed to what, guys? This points to our other vanishing point, and this is why we have them taped on our paper. Okay, what's next? Let's do the top. Yep. Let's do the tops. Okay, top of the building, we got to connect, again, both vanishing points. This one is nearly straight. This may happen with some of you. It's okay if it's straight across. That's not a bad thing. It's right in line with where our vanishing point is. It's not a problem. And then you may go, well, how far do I make this line out? How far do I go? So I'm going to stop and then go down. What's next? Yep. Now you can go left or right. I'm going to continue here. If you know what you're doing, go ahead, jump in the pool and start swimming. Okay? I missed the second half of your question. Say it again. Oh, you want me to do that? Okay, that's a great point. Here's what John said. I'm going to do a short building. So watch. I'm going to do a really short one. So here's what John's talking about. We would see the top of the building. Great point, John. So we would see if it's a short building, connect. Yeah, we would see the top of it. You're right, John. So this one's a little different. We're going to actually get to see the top of this building. Alleyway. John, how would I do the top of this building?
Um,
What do I connect? Want me to show you?
I think I know you have to
Yeah.
connect
Uh-huh.
points and then
Exactly. Good. So here's what we do when we have to do a top. Did anyone else do a short one?
Me.
You did?
Yeah.
If you did a short one, when you get to this step, you have to do them opposite. So I'm going to hold my pencil down. Here's what opposite means. Normally you would think to go over here, but now we go opposite. We go to the opposite side. So now I go here. Opposite. So now this one goes over here. Opposite, like that. And now I erase this guy. Okay, if you think you're good and you know what you're doing for your buildings, let's start getting some more buildings in here.